you're going to see that throughout the evening as one of Toney's greatest abilities. John, I'm going to get to his body, and I'm going to dominate the fight inside that way. 2 left hooks by Ruiz. Not Toney. Toney, my sense of Ruiz, Roy, is that he doesn't like to fight outside. He doesn't really like to.
Let the guy wear himself down, then he lands the big shots.
Can he be a late round fighter tonight with that body?
Step back, step back, step back.
For power punches. Hard left hand up top by Toney. Told you, what would be your remedy? He said, I'd throw him over the top rope into the stands.
And
they trade jabs.
Hey, don't punch.
Toney's Flaherty just bringing it straight over the top. Now there's some hard body shots by Ruiz. He lands.
Used to seeing, to his credit, he's as Toney.
Yeah, but one thing is, while he's outside, he's up so straight.
A year and a half ago.
How many knockdowns has he had since?
Toney tries to get back with a big right.
Catch him slipping, as we said, knock him out.
James Toney treating big names and topical subjects on the first episode. Bob Talks Sports World.
And then 12 years later in 1903.
James Toney just walked him down and whacked him with beautiful right hands to win it out clean.
62 punches in that last round. Might he be letting his hands go too freely, Roy?
In this fight, around 5 or 6 times around.
And that's a good point, Larry.
So John Ruiz seemingly taking a gamble.
James followed that hook with the right hand just then. The fight may have been over with.
He's his chin as Ruiz begins to rotate his shoulders and move his head and still takes.
Nice round, James.
Best punches of his arsenal.
He's guarded, split the first 4 rounds.
On my card as well.
This is what James wants. I told you from the get-go, James is a late round fighter, not an early round fighter.
He fools people is that he has a remarkable ability
this division, because he's one of the guys who can last. When those guys start to tire, he's straight up in the air. I don't understand it. That's the dumbest thing he could do. He's begging to get knocked out. Like
punches to the other.
Well, James hurt Ruiz with that left hook.
Ruiz still throw.
He's moving his hands. He's just trying to.
Patience tonight were very low, and this shows the value of low
And
expectations.
still, as Roy points out, not hurting James Toney.
To support her, Toney.
Do any more to it than that?
Well, no, he's saying very good because Ruiz is not holding and hitting. Ruiz.
Advice of his people called both Larry and me in Las Vegas a month ago and asked if
Because if you look out here, there are
numbers in round 6. Ruiz 15 out of 52. Toney 12 out of 25. Out of there and knocked Ruiz on his butt. So that's a scoring advantage from right hands to the body by Toney. With it, Roy changed the fight psychologically.
Well, it gives Toney an edge now. He thinks he truly can.
Very good. Push off, guys. Your hands are free.
This time Ruiz able to protect himself
inside fighter rather than an inside wrestler.
Solid right hand by Toney. It's been a big round for James. He started it out with the better.
You hear me? You got to keep your hands up with this kid.
He came with a hook, but Ruiz fell right there. You could tell it was contact from the footwork because, and James is, like I said, a late round fighter. So,
well, we're into the 8th round. John Ruiz.
Now that was a flip. Now that was a flip.
Ruiz, who threw punches so fluidly in rounds 4, 5, and 6, he had been too fast.
Just that simple. I said it all night long. There's no way he can get away from
the middleweight, and virtually every time
he
out
drifted
there.
into oblivion. Good right hand after the bell by James Toney.
I think James even throw him down. I think their feet got tangled up again in the field.
To that tonight. Now, a couple of rounds ago,
Very good.
we were rhapsodizing about what a terrific job. Toney, of course, old school, old pro, trained in the toughest.
But I'm ready at all times. When you're middleweight, you got to deal with quicker hands and much more speed. It's very discouraging to Ruiz. Every time he sticks out a big punch.
Should he just go after James and make it a brawl?
No, that wouldn't be smart because he's going to get caught with the big
topics in sports. On the first episode, Bob Talks Sports, and landing more than half of his power punches, and that is a
shots that are doing damage. You can't miss him. The only thing is that he tends to
what's happening. He's in tune with what's going on in the fight. Any good pro is going to be in tune with what's happening.
Bigger right hand by Toney. Toney's first big splash was a...
This the fight Ruiz wants. This the fight he should have been fighting.
Ruiz firing back with the jab. Crowd comes to life again.
He's seeing James Toney counter with the right hand right there. Come over the...
For 63 punches, his high output of the fight but only landed 14 at them. James
All
Toney,
right, enough, guys. Step out. Excellent, excellent.
regardless of whether Toney shows signs of fatigue, Toney's going to tell Ruiz he's dead exhausted anyway. There's jiggling
That's
back.
a big right hand.
He's dead tired now. Tony needs to go to his body.
Step out.
And we'll
Step
look back.
punch, step. Hands up, guys, hands up.
Another solid right hand over the top.
Most crowd-pleasing fight we've seen John Ruiz in.
It was a valiant effort
Let him
and
out, Johnny,
maybe
let him out.
a brave idea.
Very good. Rick, I'm here.
Which other top heavyweights can Toney beat?
He could beat the majority of the top heavyweights.
A little push with the right hand just to seal the deal. Ruiz